The Midnight Salletude. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled between towering mountains and dense forests, lived a young girl named Isabella. Isabella was known for her adventurous spirit and fearless nature. She had always been intrigued by the mysteries of the night, and her curiosity often led her to explore the village and its surroundings after the sun had set. One moonless night, when the darkness seemed to envelop everything, Isabella felt an irresistible urge to venture into the forest that bordered the village. The villagers warned her about the dangers that lurked in the woods after dark. Whispers of ancient curses, eerie apparitions, and creatures that only emerged when the world was shrouded in shadows. But Isabella brushed aside their concerns, convinced that her courage would protect her from any harm. With a small lantern in hand, Isabella stepped into the heart of the forest. The trees stood like towering sentinels, their branches creaking in the breeze like ghostly whispers. The rustling leaves sounded like faint footsteps, and the silence seemed to amplify every sound she made. Yet Isabella's heart remained steady, fueled by her determination to conquer her fear. As she delved deeper into the forest, the air grew colder and the path less defined. The light from her lantern flickered, casting eerie shadows that danced upon the trees. Isabella couldn't help but feel a growing unease, a prickling sensation at the back of her neck that she tried to shake off. The wind seemed to carry strange voices, whispering her name and calling out in hushed tones that sent shivers down her spine. Suddenly, Isabella heard a distant howl that seemed to cut through the night. She froze, her heart pounding. She knew tales of the fabled night wraith, a creature said to be born of the darkness itself, a predator that hunted the lost and the daring who ventured into the woods at night. Her lantern's light wavered, revealing fleeting shadows that seemed to move just beyond its reach. Isabella's bravado began to waver as her imagination ran wild, conjuring terrifying images of the night wraith. She quickened her pace, but the forest seemed to conspire against her. Roots rose like gnarled fingers from the ground, tripping her and threatening to ensnare her ankles. The trees themselves seemed to shift, blocking her path and forcing her into a twisted maze of shadows. Her lantern finally sputtered and died, plunging her into utter darkness. Panic gripped her heart, and she stumbled blindly through the blackness, her breath coming in ragged gasps. She could feel unseen eyes watching her, and the air grew thick with a malevolent presence that seemed to press upon her from all sides. Just as Isabella felt herself on the verge of despair, a soft, eerie glow began to emanate from the distance. It was a faint, bluish light that seemed to dance like a will-o'-the-wisp. With no other options, Isabella followed the ethereal glow, her fear warring with a glimmer of hope. The light led her to a clearing where an ancient, gnarled tree stood. Its bark seemed to shimmer with a pale, otherworldly luminescence, and Isabella could feel an almost hypnotic pull drawing her closer. As she approached, a voice, distant yet resonating, filled her mind. It spoke of forgotten secrets, of the balance between light and darkness, and the choice she had to make. Trembling, Isabella realized that she was at a crossroads, a nexus of fate where her decisions would shape her destiny. With a deep breath, she reached into the depths of her courage and chose to embrace the darkness, to face the unknown with unwavering resolve. In an instant, the forest transformed. The shadows receded, and the trees seemed to bow in acknowledgement. The bluish light enveloped Isabella, lifting her from the ground and carrying her through a breathtaking journey that blurred the line between reality and fantasy. She soared among stars, witnessed the birth of galaxies, and danced with spirits of light and shadow. When Isabella finally opened her eyes, she was back in the village, the first rays of dawn gently painting the sky. Her heart was still racing, her mind reeling from the incredible experience. She realized that her journey through the night had forever changed her. She had faced her deepest fears, and in doing so, had discovered a connection to a realm beyond the mundane. From that night on, Isabella became a storyteller, weaving tales of her midnight odyssey to captivated audiences. Her stories inspired others to confront their fears, to embrace the unknown, and to recognize that sometimes the most frightening paths can lead to the most extraordinary destinations. And so, the legend of Isabella, the girl who traveled alone at night, became an enduring tale of courage, curiosity, and the magic that lies within the darkness.